Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, online. Sorry for the delay. Here, setting up the machines got delayed. Good morning. Okay, so hope everyone are doing good. Switch on, just power on ఉంది అక్కడ కింద. ఆన్ బటన్ ఉంటుంది చూడు. You are moving everything. Wait. Leave. The position will change. పవన్ ఒకసారి ఇది ఓకే వచ్చినట్టుందా? వస్తున్నట్టు. ఇది ప్రొజెక్టర్ ఆఫ్ అయిపోయింది. యా వస్తుందిలే. యా ఓకేలే పవన్ వచ్చింది. ఓకేనా? చేంజ్ రా. ట్రై టు అడ్జస్ట్. యూ చేంజ్ నో స్లోలీ. గెట్ స్లోలీ. ఇట్స్ టేక్ ద చైర్. అడ్జస్ట్ కేర్ఫుల్లీ. డౌన్. ఓకే, పర్ఫెక్ట్. Okay. So we lost 30 minutes, but that's fine. So did you completed your Terraform practicals? And did you try that project, Terraform project? In progress, huh? Good. Okay. Fine. So I've asked you something yesterday. What was that? You know what? Today, early morning when I got up, I thought there will be so many reviews. When I opened, unfortunately, there was only one person who wrote the review. One person. Actually, course is 4 months. I try to give you the best 5 months, and no one care writing the review. Huh? Is the only thing that you give to your guru. Should I need to ask for the review? Yesterday, I also asked you that, and these are all the extra things that I'm trying to teach you everything. If I want to be a normal trainer, 1 month before only course is completed. I was really disappointed. Out of these many people, man, one person, Pavan, that guy, that fellow, only one person gave. How much time will it take? 10 minutes? Don't you have 10 minutes to do that? Crazy. Okay. So it's up to you. So let's move on to today's project. Today's project is a mega project. If you remember, in AWS, we have done 3-tier project. Remember? In AWS, we have done the 3-tier project. So front end, right, and then back end RDS setups. Remember all those things. So we will do the kind of similar thing, but different application. What I'll do is, this is a big project. That's why I ask you to come early. And also, this time might be a little bit difficult for some people. So there is another option for you. Because within 1.5 hours, we cannot complete the projects. For that reason, what we do is, one option is coming at 8 o'clock. Another option is extending 10:30. So extending 10:30 is good for you. So you come normally at 9 o'clock, and then I can extend till maybe half an hour or 45 minutes. Right? Not today, from Monday. Hmm? How about others online? Oh, everyone are comfortable with 8 only. Your wish. Okay. So, acha, okay, fine. These many days you didn't go to office, Kiran? Acha, after 10:30. Okay. Okay, let's do. So what I do is, I'll show you the architecture, and I'll give you 5 minutes. Please go through that architecture. Please go through that architecture, and then we'll try to do it. And you try to get it by yourself. What is this architecture about? Maybe you can take a photo and then zoom it if required. So I'll give you few minutes, 5 minutes. So you need to tell me what are the things that we need to create here based on this architecture. I cannot zoom. If I zoom it, it'll go like this. So take the photo. Take the photo, and then you can zoom it in your phone. So you need to tell me here how many availability zones, how many subnets, how many components we need to create, what are the components it has. Hmm? You got an idea? So in real, this is a mega project, and this will include now AWS with DevOps. So we'll be doing first of all, we'll set up the infrastructure and application and infrastructure, and then we'll set up few things there. And then on top of it, we'll do the deployment using CI/CD, using not Jenkins, but we are using AWS CI/CD, which is code pipeline. What's that? Code pipeline. So how we have Jenkins pipeline, similarly here also we have what? Code pipeline. And then we have three things: code build, code deploy, code pipeline. Say that. Code build, code deploy, code pipeline. So code build is for build purpose. Code deploy is for deployment purpose on the EC2 instances. And then code pipeline is to connect these two automatically. So this is the AWS with DevOps project, full stack production grade project. Okay, let me explain this. But you got an idea of this? If I give this architecture, can you set up by your own? Do you have that much capacity? Okay. See here. This is AWS. So do you see how many availability zones are there? 2 availability zones. Okay. How should I? So 2 availability zones. 1, 2. So 2 availability zones. And then how many public subnets? How many public subnets are there? 2 public subnets. This is 1 public. Achha. And then this is 1 public subnet, and this is the another public subnet. Okay. And how many in public subnet? What we have? Bastion. Remember Bastion? Do you remember jump server in VPC? Bastion jump server. So we call it as here what? Bastion. Bastion server. And then how many private subnets are there? How many private subnets are there? 6 private subnets are there. So 1, this diagram. I need bigger boxes. It's okay, no? If I put like this. Don't think about beauty here, but okay. So these are all private subnets. So in first private subnet, what layer is this? Presentation layer. What layer is that? Presentation layer. This is what? Application layer. Or you can say this is the front end and this is what? Back end. Of course, the front end here, the back end consider the database also. So here in the front end, so do you remember this symbol? What symbol is this? Huh? React. What is that? React.js. So here we have the React application, and then that is hosted on Nginx. So on the front end, we launch EC2 instance, and then we put what here? React.js, React, and then it is hosted on Nginx. So this is what? This is front end. We have the front end application. We have front end. Okay. And then how do we get the front end and what we need to have? We need to have a load balancer or not? In front, what we need to have? Load balancer. So load balancer is distributing to this and then this. Yes or no? So this I call it as WebALB. Which one? This is front end meaning web server, right? This is what? Web server. Consider this as a web server. So this is also web server. Why we need to? For the high availability purpose. You understand the front end? Understand the front end? Okay. So now again, what we need to have? We need to have a back end, right? So for that, again, what we need to have here? Another load balancer. Guys, this is a real-time project, okay? So this is a application server or not? This is what? App server. App server. And I call it as here backend. Backend. Okay. App server. So inside this, our application is running on Node.js and it is using in the backend which what? PM. PM meaning process manager. What is that? But don't worry about the application. Application is developed by the developers. So app server. So app server has here Node.js. Here also you have what? Node.js. Node.js and is working on PM. PM2. Node.js on PM2. In the backend, what we have? We have what? RDS. This is RDS. If you want, can you have replica? Yes or no? Of course, this is connected to this. Understand architecture? Okay. So this load balancer, this is called WebALG, and this one I call it as AppALB, application load balancer. This is, I call it as external, which is exposed to internet, and this one is, remember we did this before, internal load balancer. Clear? So what, of course, on and then what you need to have, you have what? CloudWatch alarms, and if you want, you can go with the ACM on top of it, CloudFront route with all these things you know already or not. So we can implement easily. So so which is exposed to outside? This guy. Which one? WebALB is exposed to customer. So can you set up HTTPS if required here? Using what service? ACM. And then can you do the makeup using what service? Route 53. Can you generate all the logs and put the logs in where? CloudWatch logs. Where in? CloudWatch logs. And then if you want to provide the low latency across the world, then implement what? CloudFront on top of it. We have implemented CloudFront in AWS many times, right? So this one you can do it by yourself, right? Meaning it's very easy. So main concentration, you do it on the how to set it up. And also we need auto scaling. What's that? Which color should I take for it? Light color? Achha, okay. So for front end and back end, the both should be in auto scaling. And application servers also should be in auto scaling. Okay. Now you understand the architecture. It's a full grade 3-tier architecture or not? It's a real-time project. Okay. We need to implement this. Now tell me, how many load balancers? 2 load balancers. How many web servers? 2. How many application servers? 2. Database? 1. One database. If required, you can create a read replica out of it. Okay. And Bastion server will go with 1. Yes or no? 1 is enough, no? And, another Bastion is for high value. Bastion is for what purpose, Anna? Connecting to the private servers. Remember? So you need to connect to the Bastion. From Bastion, can you connect to the RDS or not? Can you also connect to the RDS? You can connect to the app servers and you can connect to the web servers. So remember, these two only public, rest are all private subnets. Now, you need to set up your own VPC or not? You need to set up the own VPC. And you need to set up what? Internet. Remember VPC setup. Internet gateway. Next. Public subnet. How many public subnet? Public subnets. 2. Next. Private subnets. How many? How many? 6. How many private subnet? 6. Next. NAT with EIP. Next, routing table. So public RT and then private RT. So public RT is going what? Internet gateway, private RP, NAT. So here which subnets, how many subnets should be associated to here? Here 6, that meaning private subnets. And then connect to launch Bastion. Launch Bastion. Where? In public subnet. And then connect to Bastion. After connecting to the Bastion, set up RDS. I mean, connect to RDS and set up and create tables. Remember, in 3-tier also we connected to RDS and created the tables. So connect to RDS and then create tables. After that, what we need to do? And by the way, after that, what we do is, wow, yes, here we need to create security groups, man. After here, security groups. Now tell me, how many security groups we need to create? This is production. Think carefully and tell me. Who said 6? Who said 6? That's correct. Okay, so you said 3, no? Why 3? Or for what 3? Tell me. One is for? Tell me. External load balancer. One. Next. For web servers. 2. Next. 3. Next. For application servers. 4. For RDS. 5. This one. For Bastion. 6. So we need to go individual things or not? You can go with 3 also, but I want to show you the actual best practice of real time. So how many security groups? 6 security groups. So after that, what we need to do is create launch template, because we are using auto scaling, right? So do we need to launch EC2 instance manually? No. So create launch template and I'll put the user data. Guys, I have a user data to set up React and then Nginx automatically, right? And then after creating, then what you need to create? Auto scaling group. For which one? First we will create for app. So here also create this. And then similarly we need to create for which one? Web. Auto scaling for web. Okay, na? And then here we need to create a load balancer also, right? So before creating launch templates, what we need to create? We need to create a target group. We need to create a target group and empty load balancer. Yes or no? Don't worry, I wrote the steps separately, but I want you to explain it here, right? Okay. So what we need to do here? Create. Guys, while setting up auto scaling group, what we need to do? First, we need to create a empty target group. After that, create a external load balancer. And then we need to create a launch template and auto scaling group. After that, what we need to do? Similarly, create. Yeah. So create empty target group and then create a internal. Sorry, this is here it should be external. Sorry, this is web, right? For web it is external load balancer. For application it is internal load balancer. This is internal. Okay. After that, we need to do code build. After that, we need to do code deploy. After that, we need to do code pipeline. This is the project. Huge or not? Full scale project which contains everything inside it. This one project can set up your entire AWS. Okay. So I'm just giving 2 minutes or 2 or 3 minutes. See this diagram. This diagram is better. This is better. You want my diagram only. Achha, got habituated. Huh? Okay, fine. So go through this and then we'll go and set it up slowly. Okay. Online clear? And then we'll create one S3 bucket also, Nana. What is that? S3 bucket also will implement to store our code basically. Artifacts, right? For artifacts, we'll put it in the S3. We'll create one S3 also. And then we need to create a lot of roles or not? IAM roles. Because there are a lot of things are there. So we'll, for code build, code deploy, for code pipelines, we need to create a IAM roles. So don't worry, you will feel happy if I show this. Okay. Okay. Everything is there. But I want you to go with this first. Okay. Go through it once. So this architecture is only to set up the infrastructure. To do the code pipeline. So we have this on top of it. So first we need to set up the infrastructure and then we'll set up this CI/CD for that application. But don't worry about it. First, let us set up the infrastructure. You know most of the things here, how to create it. So you need to keep on telling, I'll be doing it. You ready? Huh? Ready? Yeah? Online ready? Anu, first concentrate on this infrastructure. Why you worried about code pipeline and all now? Did I talk about code pipeline yet? Don't worry that. So first concentrate on the setting up infrastructure. Okay. So let's go. What's the first thing that we need to set up? VPC. So let's go to VPC and we need to be double careful. Carefully, slowly, one by one, we'll do it. Anywhere small mistake, your application will not work. It's a big one. So let's go aramse slowly. And to make you habituate, what I do is I'll open this and also show you one by one. We'll follow this just for namesake. Okay. Okay. So what we do, let's go and set up a create VPC. How to create a VPC? What's the name of the VPC I'm giving here? 3-tier project VPC. Okay. 3-tier project. So what's the CIDR? 192.168.0.0.16. And then what we do, simply click on create VPC. After creating VPC, what we need to create, Nana? We need to create internet gateway. So internet gateway name is 3-tier project internet gateway. So let's create an internet gateway. And once you create internet gateway, what you need to do? Attach to VPC. Which VPC? 3-tier project. What's the next step? Public subnets. So how many public subnets we need to create? So this is the public subnet 2 we need to create, and the CIDRs will be 1.0, 2.0. Next, how many private subnets? 6 private subnets. So we call it as 3.0, 4.0, 5.0, 6.0, 7.0, 8.0. So these many subnets we need to create now. Let's go and one by one. So what is the first subnet? Public subnet 1A. Let's go here. Create subnet. Which VPC? Okay, so basically when you're selecting a VPC, careful. If you select this one and your entire project will get corrupted. So here select this public subnet 1A. So select here 1A. So what's the CIDR? 192.168.1.0. Okay, next add. Next, guys, I might overlook sometimes, so you need to hold me. Okay, so this should be in 1B, and this should be 192.168.2.0. We learned all these things. That's why I'm doing it. Okay. What's the next one? Private subnet. This is for which one? Web 1A. And CIDR 3.0. Next 4. Web 1B. 1B. And here 192.168 4.0. Next app. This is app server or not? This is app 1A 192.168 5.0. Next app 1B. What are all these things? Subnets. We are creating separate subnets for each component. Okay. Next 7. This is a database 1A. And the last 1B. Okay. All good. So now click on create subnets. All subnets got created. So what is the next step? We need to create a NAT gateway. Go to NAT, create NAT. So name would be this. In real time also, the naming conventions are important. You cannot put whatever the name that you need, right? My NAT, your NAT, my someone NAT. So you just need to put here project and then -NAT. So here NAT should be in which subnet? Public. So I created public subnet 1A, put it in 1A, and we need to have one elastic IP or not? So associate one elastic IP and then create NAT. So after creating NAT, what do we need to create? Routing tables. What is that? Routing tables. So 2 routing tables we'll create. We create public routing table, private routing table. Go here, public routing table, this one, and another one, private. Which VPC? This. And we need to add the routes now. Remember VPC topics. So go to the public, go to routes, and then what we need to do? Edit route, add route. All traffic is routed to internet gateway. Subnet association. Which subnet should be associated here? Public subnets or not? And we need to do the same thing for private. All routes, all traffic is routed to, very good, NAT. And subnet associations, which one? All private IPs, we'll put it to the Clear? And then what we do is here, whenever you launch any EC2 instance in the public subnets, basically where in public subnets, we need to automatically get the public IPs or not. So if you want that, edit public subnet, auto enable true. Remember in Terraform also we have this condition, right? IP address. And we do the same thing for. So what is this meaning? Whenever you launch any EC2 instance inside the subnets, automatically will get what? Public IP. Okay, routing table is done. What do we need to do now? So we need to go for the security group. How many security groups? 6 security groups. Say with me. Bastion SG, say that. Yes or no? So first one, this one is first one. I mean, I didn't put, do you worry? It's okay, no? Okay, so first one is what? Bastion SG. Second one, WebALB. Third one, AppSG. What is this here? I'll write AppSG. Sorry, WebSG. That's what you need to correct me sometimes, okay? So WebSG, and this is AppELB, and this, AppELB SG will say, and here also AppSG. Got it? So this is, we'll write Bastion SG. So Bastion SG, WebALB SG, WebALB SG, WebSG, and then here AppALB SG, AppSG, and finally here DBSG. So these many we need to create. Very, very important thing here is, guys, first Bastion. Bastion meaning I am here. I need to connect to the Bastion or not. And then from Bastion I need to connect to all the servers or not inside it. So for that, I'll enable for Bastion SSH. And anywhere you put anywhere here. Or else you can get my IP also. Next, tell me for WebALB, this is a load balancer or not? So what protocol we need to enable? HTTP. HTTP from whom? From anywhere. From Bastion, no, from outside people will access it, right? Bastion is only for us in order to log into the private servers. For others, so they will directly connect to where? They will directly connect to the load balancer. So for that, for WebALB SG, inbound rule HTTP, I'll give what? Anywhere. Now, very important. See here now. This is what WebSG, right? What is this? WebSG should receive the traffic from WebALB SG. So for that reason, here I'm putting HTTP. I'll select custom. Custom from where? WebALB SG. And then also to connect to the web servers, I will connect through the Bastion only, right? So for that reason here, I'll enable SSH from Bastion also. Similarly, next AppALB. AppALB should receive the traffic from where? WebSG. So AppALB, see inbound HTTP from where? WebSG. Now, so WebALB, right? You understand the previous one, right? I'll tell you here. WebALB should receive the traffic from everywhere, and WebSG should receive the traffic from WebALB SG, and AppALB SG should receive the traffic from WebSG, and then this AppSG should receive the traffic from AppALB SG, and DBSG should receive the traffic from AppSG. So that's what I wrote it here. And our application is working on 3200 port number. What's that? 3200. So whereas in AppSG we need to enable which protocol? 3200. Should we go and create like this? This is very critical, creating what? Security groups. So one small mistake, your application will not work. So please back me up. Okay, let's try to do. These projects in real time, they will do it on minimum 6 sprints. 1 sprint, 2 weeks. And we are doing this entire project in 2 hours. You understand? There's a power. But in real time, don't do it in 2 hours, okay? tell them to the managers that it will take 4 months. Okay. But if the manager is like me, I'll go and sit and do, right? Yeah. Okay, ma. So let's go to security groups. Do you see here? Security groups. Let's go and create the security group. First one, Bastion. Let's take the Bastion SG. Bastion SG. Bastion. Carefully. Here, BPC 3-tier project. So Bastion, inbound rule. What is the inbound rule? SSH. SSH from anywhere. Or I can give my IP also, no problem. In outbound rules, anything? Not required. So add tag. Name. What is the name of this? Bastion SG. Security group created. Okay. Next, carefully. What is the next one? WebALB. WebALB, WebALB SG, 3-tier. So WebALB, ALB should receive the traffic from HTTP. That should be from anywhere. So everyone should access my website or not. So if you want to do ACM, then enable HTTPS also. And name. Okay. Next, Web SG. Web SG should get it from Web ALB. So what's the protocol for WebSG? HTTP, WebALB. From where? Custom from WebALB. And then also I need what? SSH from where? Bastion. You need to tell me fatafat like this. Otherwise I need to use my brain. What's the next one? App LBSG. So app LB should be from WebSG. HTTP or not? HTTP from web. Which one? Web? Correct, huh? WebSG. Next. Which one? App LB is done, na? App SG. So App SG, we need to enable 3200 from App ALB. Custom TCP port range is 3200 from where? App ALB SG. App ALB SG. And then also SSH from Bastion. So, because we need to connect it to this application servers, right? Bastion. What's the next one? Database SG. Database SG. Which database we are using here? MySQL, and should receive the traffic from App SG. Here, which one? MySQL receive the traffic from App SG. And also from Bastion. Because we need to connect to Bastion and create databases, right? It should be Bastion. Done. Security groups done. Now what we do? Let's go and launch the Bastion host. So let's go to which service? Online you're following? Can you respond once? Oh, congratulations, Hemant. Guys, Hemant got a job as a DevOps engineer at Blueprint Ventures. Congratulations. You're getting claps from offline. Hemant, congrats. Huh? So let's go and launch. Okay, so what is this here? Bastion host, or I call it as Bastion server. Okay, so Bastion server, let's go with our favorite Red Hat. So carefully, T2 micro, here should be 9. See guys here, now which one you need to select here? 3-tier project. So this should be in which subnet? Public subnet. Public subnet or not? Bastion should be in the public subnet. Security groups. Which security group? Bastion. Go ahead and then launch. Okay. So what's the next step? So we need to create a IAM roles. What we need to create? So IAM roles for EC2, IAM roles for code build, code deploy, code pipeline. So we can do it. Guys, simply what you can do, you can create one role and give admin permissions and use the same role. But when I was setting up this project, I got issues with the code build, code deploy, this type of roles. So permissions I have given normal restricted permissions. Sometime it didn't work. So otherwise what you do here simply admin policy, right? Otherwise I have given you like this, you can go for it. So for now I'm going for what? Admin. Okay, let's go and create how many roles? 3 roles. How many roles? 3 roles. Because guys, code build need to build the project. So code deploy need to deploy on the EC2, right? Code pipeline need to talk to these two. For that reason, we need to create a roles. So let's go and what's the trust entity here? EC2 permissions. All these things one by one we'll go and add. What is the name of the role I'm giving here? 3-tier EC2 role. This is important. Okay. So now let's go to which service? IAM. So tell me how to create a role. Okay. Create role. So what is the trusted entity? EC2. Next. And then here, what are the permissions? Number 1 is CloudWatch, logs, full access, and then this guy, and then this guy. That's it. Okay. And then create a row. What's the role I'm giving? 3-tier EC2 role. Let's go and create a role. So we need to create one more role. What is the trusted entity? Code build. Don't worry, code build, code deploy, we'll talk later. First, we'll set up infrastructures, okay? Here, code build. Next. So for code build, for now I'm giving what access? Administrator access. But guys, you can use only this, okay? But I'm just going for admin access. Next, code build role. What's another one? Code deploy. For code deploy also, I do the same thing. What's the trusted entity? Code deploy. So it has given or selected automatically, but for sure that will not be sufficient. So after creating it, what do you need to do? Code deploy, right? Go ahead and then add the policies. So which one I'm adding for now? Administrator access. But in real time, go with only specific permissions I have given here. Okay. So now Code deploy, this is done. So next what we need to set up, Nana? So whenever you're setting up, come from the back to front. Bastion server, I set it up first because I need to log in, right? Come from back to front. So first what we need to set up? RDS. Next, app servers. Next, load balancer. Next, web servers. Next, this. Like this, we'll go and set it up. Okay. First, what we'll set up here? RDS. So in RDS, you know very well how to set up all these things, correct? We'll go with MySQL. So before this, do you remember in 3-tier, we need to create a subnet group. Do you remember? In 3-tier architecture in AWS, we have done this, right? So first what we need to create subnet group, because there will not be a default subnet group when you create a new VPC. So click on this, and then the name is, I call it as tier subnet group. Which VPC? 3-tier project. Add subnet. So which one? 1A, 1B. And here subnets. Which one we need to select here? This database, right? DB 1A, 1B. And then create it. And then let's go and create what here? Database. So which one? MySQL. Free tier. So name I'm giving as Dev DB instance. You also follow the same, because in the application I have mentioned this as the same name. Okay. So Dev DB instance. So username is admin, password also. Which is our favorite password? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then I go with T2, T3, micro, 20 is fine. Do you need any auto scaling here? No. VPC, carefully select which one? Here. And then subnet, we have just created tier subnet group. Public accessible, yes or no? No. Because we will be connecting to the RDS using Bastion. So if you want to connect from outside, then what you need? Public, yes. But as I want to simulate the real actual environment, I'm going for no. So security group. Which security group we need to select here? Database security group. Which availability is on 1A. And in additional. So database name, you can keep it basically empty. So security group. Sample database I'm saying here, no. So, and then these are all fine. Backups, uncheck it, because it will take a lot of time to create the database. Uncheck it for now. Encryption, if required, you can put it, no issues. So sample DB, no. Backups, no. And then here, encryption, I'll say what? Yes. Let's go and create database. Okay. So database got created, and you will get the endpoint like this. And what is the username? Admin, and password is this. So now what we need to do? We need to connect to the Bastion, and from there we need to connect to our RDS and then create some databases and tables. Yes or no? So for that, we need to wait until that RDS is ready. Meanwhile, do you see we are setting up the backend or not? If you go to the backend, there is a file called DB. If you open it, there are few sample SQL queries and databases are there. We need to go and execute it, because for application, we are providing a sample data. Okay. So what's the database it is creating? React Node app. So what is the user we are creating? App user. And this is the password of it. So let's wait until that is up. So meanwhile, what we do, let's go and connect to whom? Bastion. Let's connect to Bastion. Okay. So we are able to connect. So our architecture is perfect. So from here, what we need to do? We need to connect to the RDS database. We have done this many times. WordPress project we have done. 3-tier project we have done already. But again, I'm doing this 3-tier project for you. Right. So let's go and first connect. First, what we need to do is, it doesn't matter. Let's go to your home directory. I think you are in the home directory already. Okay. And then what do you do? Install the MySQL client first. In order to run MySQL, what we need to do? Install it first. And then what we do? We need to log into the RDS in the backend and then run the commands. You're following everyone. Don't get diverted. Concentrate a little bit. MySQL is installed. So now let's wait until, oh, nice. Do you see? As I didn't enable the backup, that it went very fast. Otherwise, it will take a lot of time, right? So what we need to do? We need to take the endpoint. And then this is the endpoint. Okay. So let's go and connect. Password? Code 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we are into the MySQL. Now what we need to do? We need to run the database commands. So this will be given, do you need to write or developers will give? Developers, you no need to write. So just go and execute one by one. Creating a database. And then you're creating a user with the password. And then you are giving the full permissions to that database and the user. Committing the. And then use the database, the one which you have created, database changed, and then create a table. Table got created. Yeah. And then we are creating one more table. Because actually this application is related to authors, books related thing, author related things. That's why we are creating here table called author, table called books. So, and I'm inserting some sample authors. So insert this, right? And insert some values into the books. Okay. Database setup is done. Online. Guys, clear? Database setup. Do you worry about this? These are all just insert values into the books. So so this is where establish friendship between two young people that is related to books, some story. Okay. So I just wanted to give one application. Do you worry about the application? Don't worry about the application. Think about the process, the entire setup. Okay. So now what we do? Let's go and set up. Which tier now? Database tier is done. Which tier we need to set up now? Application server. So guys, for that, what we need to do is, see, first we need to create a launch templates. After that, create a empty target group. After that, create a internal load balancer. After that, create a auto scaling group. So we need to do the same thing for application and we need to do the same thing for web also. Should we do one by one? So what's the first thing that we need to create? Launch template. Carefully we'll go and create. What's the name of the launch template here? Application tar LT. So let's go to where? Launch templates. So let's go and delete this. Okay. Okay now. So let's go and create launch template. Carefully guys, one mistake, gone. Application tar, give the same description, check the guidance if required. And then here we are going with Amazon Linux 2023. So for that, go to even quick start and select what? Amazon, and the first one is itself Amazon Linux 2023. And then instance type, which one? T2 micro. Key pair, which one? 9M batch. Subnets will include in the auto scaling group, not here. And then select the security group. So which one we are talking about? Which security group I need to select here? App SG. So I clearly wrote here App SG. So select here what? App SG carefully. Next, volumes is fine. These are fine. Right? And very, very importantly, what here? Role we need to. So many people will forget to attach this role and your project will not get deployed. So here instance profile, I'll need to select which one? 3-tier EC2 role. And also many people will forget to put the user data. This user data will help you to set up what? Node.js and then PM2. If you are interested, so we have so do you see app-tar user data is there? Go inside it, and then this is the entire user data is there. Lot of user data. So basically, yum update, right? You're installing what? Node.js. You're installing what? PM2, and then you are creating a log directory in the backend. And then we are pushing that logs to the CloudWatch logs. For that, we are installing what? CloudWatch agent, and then I'm creating this is the agent. It is creating the logs. What are the logs it is creating? Node app logs, Node app log backend, right? All these logs will get created. Okay. So go ahead like this. And then slowly click on create. So launch template got created. What's the next step? So I wrote user data, copy the entire app, this one. After that, we need to create a empty target group. So let's go and create an empty target group. So target groups. Okay, create target group, instances, target group name. I call it as app-tar-tg. Okay, and then protocol. Our application is working on 3200. And then carefully 3-tier, and here /health, because our application is working on /health. Health check is there. And then simply click on next. Do you select anyone here? No, because we lost auto scaling group to launch the EC2 instances. And then what we need to create? Create a application load balancer. Internal, external. Create load balancer. Create load balancer. Name. Internal. VPC. This one. And then 1A, 1B. So this is internal load balancer, right? So what is the subnets we need to select here? Private subnet. So here clearly I wrote private subnet app 1A, app 1B. Private subnet app 1A, private subnet app 1B. Which security group here? App ALB. Very good. So here app ALB. And then it is routing to which one here? App tar. Let's go and create it. Load balancer created. After that, what we need to create? Auto scaling group. So launch template we created, empty target group, load balancer. After that, auto scaling group. So let's go and create auto scaling group. Auto scaling group. Create auto scaling group. So the name of the auto scaling group, I'm saying application tier auto scaling group. And here which one? Launch template is application tier launch template. Click on next. Which VPC? This one. Which availability zones I need to select here? Yeah. So here private app 1A, private app 1B. So private app 1A. Because our EC2 instance, this application EC2 instance or not? Okay. So best effort. Click on next. So we need to attach a load balancer. Which one here? App tier SG. So this is all fine. So done. Remember all these things, auto scaling. So desired capacity. How many you want? Let's go with 1. If you want 1 or 2, your wish. Okay. So I'm just going for 1. Or you want 2, 2. Select 2. No issues. So minimum, I'll go with the 1. And maximum, I'll go with 4. So how many EC2 instances will be launched? How many EC2 instances will launch now? 2. Desired capacity is what? 2. So we need scaling policies. So CPU utilization is less than 50%. Scaling will happen. And then monitoring, enable it. We can see the monitoring. So let's go and click on next. I'm not doing any notifications. Next. And then what we do? Boom. So what we did till now? Application tier. We have done application. What's the next thing we need to do? Web server. Same thing. What is that? Launch template, empty target group, load balancer, auto scaling group. Let's do again. Project. It will be bigger only. Okay. You need to be patient. To have patience. Okay. So what's the next thing? What here? But believe me, I took a lot of time to write everything line by line for you here. Guys, right? So this notepad will help you. Not only this, any notepads that you take, my notepads in DevOps and AWS, this will help a lot in the real time. Okay, so let's go and create which template here? Web tier. So let's go to launch templates. This one, this, check the guidance if required. And then here also Amazon. Go to quick start. Amazon Linux 2023. Come down carefully. Okay, thank you. So it should be LT. Very good, Kiran. So that's a typo. So this is what? Web tier LT. That's what you need to back me up. Right. So this is what? LT. So we have confidence, sir. We'll do correctly. Huh? I'm also human, right? Yeah. So instance type. Come on. T2 micro 9 batch. Subnets will include later. Secret groups, which one? Web SJ. So here we need to use what here? WebSG. Carefully select that WebSG. And then carefully, I also habit of missing this. So here, role we need to attach. Which role is that? Create array EC2 role. And then also what we need to do? This here, many people will miss this option. So now we are setting up this one or not? This, we are setting up these web servers. Web servers should send the traffic to whom? ALB, right? So we just created ALB. So we need to give this ALB URL to our web servers or not? In the Nginx, we need to, what we are setting up here? We are setting up a Nginx. For the Nginx, we need to give the load balancer URL. So first, let us find the load balancer URL. Okay, copy this. And you know where you need to, where you need to do? So do you see this WebTar user data is there? No? Open that. Inside this, do you see this here URL? You need to change this URL here. And then remove this bloody. And then domain name. So domain name, do you remember? I am putting project.riazawstrainer.com because I have that in Route 53. So save this carefully. This is an Nginx configuration, Anna. You are installing Nginx. You are telling Nginx in the backend to forward the traffic to this. So you need to copy this entire thing. And then where do you need to paste? In the user data. User data. Role I have selected, no? Role. So now go ahead and then create launch template. So after creating launch template, what we need to create? Empty target group. Create instance name. So I call it as a WebTar target group. Right. And then here WebTar target group. So the port is on. Nginx is working on 80 only. That's fine. So here select this. And also here we have what? Health. Because we need to, application is working on /health. Click on next. Don't select anything. Create target group. After that, what we need to create? Load balancer. Create load balancer. Internal or external? External load balancer. So I call it as WebTar external. Internet facing. Carefully select this one. 1A, 1B. Which subnets I need to select here? Public. No, web 1. So yeah, this is load balancer, right? Load balancer should be public subnet 1A, 1B. 1A, 1B, it's already selected. Security group. Web ALB. So select the web ALB and then forwarding to this. And then go ahead and create. After that, what we need to create? Auto scaling group. Create auto scaling group. So I'm calling it as WebTar ASG. Launch template is carefully which one? WebTar. Next, carefully select this. And which one I need to select here? Private. So our web server should be in private or not? So web 1 private subnet, web 1A, web 1B. Private subnet, web 1A. Yes or no? Because these two are in the which subnet? Private subnet only. Next, attach to existing load balancer. Which one? WebTar. Next, here also I go with what? 2. Here maximum 4. Enable the monitoring. Create auto scaling group. Understood? So what we have set up till now? Did we set up the entire infrastructure or not? Clear? Any questions still here? Understood how to set up one by one, each and everything carefully, right? We have set up what? RDS. Hey, if required, can you set up replication also here? Huh? Yes or no? How to set up that replication? How to set up replication for RDS? How to set up replication for RDS? Read replica. For RDS replication meaning what? Read replica. Forgot RDS. In RDS we have two topics, multi-AZ and read replicas. Multi-AZ for what purpose? High availability purpose. This one is for read replica. Memcached. Why do you put memcache? Memcache is for what purpose? In-memory caching service. If you want to cache the data, then go for memcached. Okay. So now, okay. So now we should have our EC2 instances up and running. Okay. Okay. It is initializing, right? So we have given 2, right? So after some time, this will get 50% we have given. So it will get, what do you call? Scaling will happen automatically. So now let's go to the target groups. So in the target groups, we have what? WebTar in the targets. So those are still unhealthy. So let it work. Okay. So now this will not work because here we have just set up the Nginx. Did we deploy any application? We have not deployed any application. So now let's go to the next topic, which is called CI/CD. Was that here? CI/CD. So we need to do the CI/CD next. So for that, okay, before that, what we need to do is, we need to go to the CloudWatch. So I showed you in that user data, it will create all the log groups, right? So apart from that, we need to create one more log groups like this. So let's go and create a log groups first. CloudWatch. So let's go to CloudWatch and then let's go to log groups. So do you see that it got created all these things? So additionally, we need to create one more log group for this project. Okay. After that, we need to set up the parameters. So parameters meaning we have for application, we need to provide username, password, all the database in the backend, RDS, the endpoint, all these things or not. So instead of me putting that in the application, I'll use a concept called parameter store. What's that? Say that. Parameter store. In the remember we learned about systems manager. In systems manager we have parameter store. So we need to go and add these values. So let's go and create the parameters. So let's go to which service. Do you see guys how many services I'm integrating? Huh? So many services here. Go to systems manager. And on bottom, do you see this here? Parameter store. So this parameter store will help you to store all your secrets and configuration data management. It's like secrets only. Secret manager is, similarly parameter store. So create parameter. So name, database host name, and then value, our RDS value. And then create parameter. So like this, we need to create next database name. And what's the database name? React Node app. Create parameter. So I'm using the best practices, right? So next is the password, the bottom. So this is the password. Next, port number. What's the port number here? 3306 for MySQL. And the last parameter here is database user. What's the user we created? What's that? App user. Parameters got created. And then what we create one? S3 private bucket we will create for storing our what? Artifacts. Now I'm integrating S3 also. Create a bucket. Empty. So it's a private bucket, empty bucket. Okay. Okay. Next, what we do now here, we will set up what? CI/CD for this project. So we have two flows. So we have two flows. One is for presentation tier. Another one is for what? Application tier. So one is for presentation tier and then another one is application. So that meaning one is for what? Front end. Another is for what? Back end. So what we have is the code build. First, what we need to set up? Code build. This code build will help you to build the project. And then what we have here? Code deploy. Code deploy will help you to deploy the projects onto the EC2 instance. Similarly, we need to create a one code pipeline. The whole thing, what we call it here? CI/CD pipeline. We need to create a pipeline for front end. We need to create a pipeline for back end. So first, we'll go and create a pipeline here. First, we'll go and create a pipeline for what? Backend. So backend meaning, first we need to create what? Code build. Next, we need to create what? Code deploy. Next, we need to create what? Code pipeline we need to create. Okay, na? So what is the first thing that we need to go to? Go to code build. Let's go and build a project. So this project is there in my GitHub. So we are integrating GitHub to the code pipeline. So in the GitHub, if you go and type AWS, do you see AWS CI/CD React Node MySQL backend project? So this one I want you to fork it. Online fork it if able, so you can fork it later. So what you have? You have your front end and then back end. So if you take it, which one we are setting up now? Back end. If you take the back end, so what are the things it contains? It contains a lot of scripts and a lot of code here. Remember, Anna. So we have mainly buildspec.yaml, appspec.yaml. So buildspec here will help you to build it. What is that? Build your application. If you open this, so what it says, it shows environment variable, so it will take the values from the parameter store that we have uses, and what it is installing what? Node.js in the backend, and it is setting up all the commands, and it is building all these things. All these things. So this is for what purpose? Build purpose. Then deployment will use appspec. So this will go what? It will go to this particular destination. It will copy, it will stop server, it will copy, and then install, it will start the server. So remember, appspec will help you to deploy the application. Build spec will help you to build the project. You got this? These are the two very important files for your code build and code deploy. So what we need to do is, let's go to which service? Which service? Code build. So let's go to code build. Open code build. Let's say okay. Okay, so see here. So this is the code. What we have? Source, artifacts, build, deploy, pipeline. In the Jenkins also we do the same thing or not? What we get the code from GitHub. So instead of that, here we have code commit. So code commit AWS has deprecated. We are not using it. So you can get it from what? GitHub. Code artifacts, you can save it in S3. What we have, we build it, we deploy it. And everything will be integrated using what? Code pipeline. So first what we need to create here? Code build. If we expand this here, build project teaser, click on it. And first what we need to create? Create project. So what's the project name? So I call it as here backend build. Okay. See here very carefully. Before doing this, you need to set up a connection with a GitHub or not? How to set up a connection to the GitHub? Go to settings here. We have what here? Connections. So open these connections. I already have a connection to GitHub. So you can create a connection to GitHub, guys. How? Create connection. Listen carefully. So we have all the providers here. Which one we need to use? GitHub. So give the connection name. Call it as my GitHub connection or GitHub connection. Something. Give some name. Click on what here? Connect to GitHub. Once you connect to the GitHub, it will ask install a new app. What's that? Install a new app. It's very important. Click on it. So it is asked for the code. So I need to. Okay. It is verifying your access. And do you see this here? So do you see? Enables you to connect. So read access and then what here? Write access. So review. So what to review? Okay. Accept what? Permissions. And then so you are giving for all repositories, or else you can give only selected repositories. But I'm just giving for what? All repositories, and click on what here? Save. So now click on here what? Connect. So now connection has been established or not? Do you see my GitHub connection? It is now available. So you need to do this first. Okay. So do that. Guys, I didn't mention that here. Okay. You can create a new GitHub connection like this, another way. So please go through this option, what I'm showing it now. Okay. Now let's go to what? Code build. Go to build projects. Click on create project. So we are giving for what we are doing? Backend build, we are doing it. Backend build. Source, where is your code? GitHub. Now we already, credentials got already successfully connected to the GitHub or not? So for that reason, it will list all our repositories over here. So hey, here, which one we need to select our repository? We need to select. Okay. Okay, now. And then, do you see, if you use webhook, remember, if any push happen in your GitHub, automatically this build will happen. So what you need to select here? Push. So keep all these things default, keep all these things. And yeah, existing service role. So we have created a role, no? 3-tier code build role. Select this role. And then this code will build it. So we need to give the build spec information or not. So select this. And then in our GitHub, in where? Do you see the build spec? So it is under backend / build spec.yaml. So that is what I have mentioned here somewhere. Yeah, backend build spec.yaml. So we are giving that information to our code pipeline to build using this build spec.yaml. Artifacts, if you want to store the artifacts, put it in S3. This is the one. Logs. So it will create a new log group for you for this. Is it clear? Guys, I'm going up again. See here. First, you need to set up the connection to the GitHub. Okay. After that, what you need to do? Give the project name and then connect to the GitHub. Select your repository and then enable the webhooks. Whenever you push, this build will happen, and keep everything default. And very importantly, select the role that you have created. And then very, very importantly, give this backend / buildspec.yaml. And then select the artifacts and click on what? Create build project. Code build is done. So guys, if you want to see your build is happening or not, everything is good or not, what you can do, you can click on here, start build. Say that. So based on that buildspec.yaml, so automatically the build will start. Let's see if there are any errors, it will show it like here itself. Do you see build logs will be there, or else phase details? Do you see submitted, queued, provisioning? Now it is downloading the source, downloading the code from GitHub, and it will build everything. See, do we need any machines for this? No, everything is serverless. Serverless, Kiran. And do you see this here? Now it is whatever I mentioned in the buildspec.yaml that is getting executed here or not. So now see download source, it is downloading it and it doing all these things here. See. So build is happening. Success. So our build is success or not? Okay, code build is success. What we need to do now? We need to deploy. So for that, go to code deploy. First, what you need to create? Application here. Create application. Yeah. So I call it as what here? Backend deploy. And where are your on the EC2 instance or not? Create an application. Once you create an application, what you need to do? Create a deployment group. What do you need to create here? Deployment group. So let's go and create a deployment group. I'm calling as backend deployment group. Service role. We already created a code build role. Select this. Deployment type in place. Remember blue green also it is supporting. Let's go for this one. And where is your where does this code deploy need to go and deploy? EC2. Where are your EC2? In the auto scaling group or not? So enable this and then select which auto scaling group. Which one? Application tab. So we're going with the application only, right? So this is application backend we are using it. So yep. And then come down. And do you see deployment settings? What it says? All at once. Say that. All at once. All at once meaning how many EC2 instances we have? 2 or 1 if it is 50% CPU utilization is down. So all at once meaning on all the machines it will create 1. Or if you go for 1 at a time, your wish. Or also you can say half at a time. I'm going all at once. And load balancer. You have a load balancer or not? Which target group is this? App. And then create deployment group. Do you understand how to set up code deploy? So we have done code build. We have done code deploy. Next, we need to create code pipeline. So code pipeline is the one which will integrate your source, code build, and code deploy. And do you see this here? Now let's go to what? Code pipeline. Click on here, pipeline. Yeah, create pipeline. See guys, very important. See, now build a custom pipeline. Click on next. So let's go with the pipeline name. So I'm calling it as a 3-tier code pipeline. Sorry, not role, backend pipeline. I'm creating a backend pipeline. So we have to create how many pipelines? 2 pipelines. One is backend, another one is front end. Okay. So existing role or else asked to create a role. So I'm saying it is asking to create a role. So I call it as new role. Okay. Give the name, or else you create a code pipeline role and give admin permissions and give it here. Okay. Because so if you are creating a new service role, what will happen is sometimes this will not give any proper permissions. So that's better. What we do is we create a new role and give admin permissions. But let's see how it goes. Okay. So I'm just remember this role. Okay. We'll go and we'll give permissions later if it fails. Okay. Artifact store. Where? S3 bucket. So click on next. Source provider. Where is your source? GitHub. Select this. Connection. We already established the connection. So select the connection that you have created. And which repository here? Our AWS repository. Which branch? Main branch. Because in your GitHub, we have the main branch, right? Okay. So webhook also we need, right? So select which one? Push. Branch is also which branch we are using? Main branch. Click on next. And then build. So we are using which one here? Code build. And what's the project name? Backend build. Right? So everything is fine. Click on next. We are not testing anything. Skip this. Deploy provider. So we are using what? Code deploy. And then application name, backend deploy. Deployment group also we created. Select all these things. Do you want me to redo it again? Huh? It's okay? He's saying yes. So let's go again. Okay? So, but this time you tell me, guys, if you follow once, right, that's good. Okay, but I'm doing it again. See here. Code, create pipeline. Naveen. So what we need to do? Build custom pipeline and pipeline name, backend, pipeline. So it is creating the backend pipeline automatically. Role in advance, custom, which one? Bucket. Click on here. Next. Source provider is our GitHub. So connection we already created before. So in which repository? Our repository here. And branch is what? Main branch. So if you want the push event happening, select this. And which branch? In main branch push happens, automatically this pipeline will start. Click on next. So where is our build provider? Who is our build provider? Code build. So in code build, we created a project called backend build. All fine. Next, we are not doing test. Provide who is the code deploy? Provider code deploy. Application name is this. Deployment group is this. Click on next. And then click on what? Create pipeline. And this pipeline will take time to do. But let's see any kind of errors and then. Okay. So now see here how our Jenkins pipeline do. This also do. First, it is getting code from where? GitHub source. And then what it do? Build. And then what it'll go? It'll go and deploy. Source is successful or not? Let's see. Build also we have done. It went right. So let's see any problem with deploy, because in deploy we had a problem with the role, right? So let's see. And by the way, this will take long time, Nana, sometimes. But is it clear till here, everyone? So we did the pipeline for backend. Similarly, we need to do the front end. So front end code build should happen, code deploy should be there, and code pipeline. So we need to do, but let's wait until So the build is happening. So guys, meanwhile, while this is coming up, what we do? Let's go and set up. Which one? Front end. Okay, build is also done. So next, what is happening here? Deploy. So I have a doubt here. Let's see whether it goes or not. So, okay. So next, what we need to do here? For WebTire, we need to do the code build, and then we need to do the code deploy, and then we need to do the code pipeline. So will you tell me how to do it? Huh? Code build, code deploy, code pipeline. Will you tell me what to select, what not to select? So meanwhile, this is happening. Let it happen. So first, what we do? Huh? Where should I go first? Hmm? First, where do we do? We do the code. What are the three things we need to do? Code build, code deploy, code pipeline. Say that. Code build, code deploy, code pipeline. So three things we need to do. Okay, so what we need to do first? We need to do the deploy. We need to do the code deploy. So for that, sorry, code build. I saw your face and then I correct. Okay, so what we need to do first? Build projects. Go here. So create project. Guys, go ahead. Let's one by one. So the project name, I call it as front end build. Front end build, default project. Source is GitHub, and repository is AWS CI/CD, and then webhooks. So we need to use push. All this keep default, and then existing role. And then here, this also has a build spec or not? So this front end or back end? Front end. So front end slash build spec dot YAML. Okay. Artifacts, put it in S3. Logs, front end logs or not? Create build project. Understood now? Next, code deploy. So in code deploy, first we need to create what? Application, and then we need to create a deployment group. So let's go and click on. Okay, so create application. So what application is this? I call it as front end. And then here, EC2, create application. And then we need to create what on here? Create deployment group. So what's the deployment group name? I call it as front end deployment group. So role, this one. And then we have auto scaling group. This one, which one I need to select here? Which one? We are using what here? WebTire. All at once is fine. Which is the target here? WebTire. Create deployment. Now, which one we need to create now? Code. Next, code pipeline. We need to create what? Code pipeline. So code pipeline. Okay. So let's go and click on here. Create pipeline. Which one? Yeah. So pipeline name, I call it as front end pipeline. And then, okay, it is creating. This is the problem. This one, right? So we'll talk. If it is not working, we'll give the admin permissions for this. Okay. So in advanced custom location, which one? S3 bucket. Click on next. Source provider is which one? GitHub. So connection, select the connection, and then repository. Select the repository, branch, main. Just a second, guys. Okay, so here what we need to do, select the webhook. Which one? Push here, branch. Which branch? Main branch. Click on next. Build provider. Which is a build provider? Code build. In code build we have created already. Which one? Front end or back end? Front end. So next node test. Here which one? Code deploy. What's the application we created? Front end. Deployment group, front end. Click on next and then create pipeline. Okay, so now both the pipelines are coming up, guys. Yes or no? See here, now pipelines, do you see both are in progress? So backend pipeline is taking a long time, right? So if you want to see what is happening here, do you see here? AWS code deploy, click on it and see anything is happening or not. Do you see this here? View events. So here, blocking the traffic. So if anyone is using the application, what it does, first it will do the block the traffic because we are doing all at once right here. So this block traffic will take time, 5 to 10 minutes, and then this will go fast. So what will happen? This will go and deploy everything here. So let's see this guy. So what is happening with the second one? So this is front end. So front end source is done. And what is happening here? Build is happening. Let's wait. Guys, you understand the project? Okay, see here. CI/CD workflow. So what stage is this? Source stage. So it will automatically get the code, the code will be pulled from where? GitHub in the source stage. And then next stage is what? Build stage. Next stage is what? Deploy stage. In the build stage, what we need to have? Build spec.yaml. In the deploy stage, what we need to have? appspec.yaml. And then deploy to the EC2 instance. And then in S3, all the artifacts are getting stored or not? Now you understand this? Okay, now this is deploying. So this will take time. Guys, you understood this take time or not? That's the reason why I ask you 2 hours every day on the projects. So this is a mega project. So please try to do it. And let's wait until this is deployed. Guys, here we have how many EC2 instances are there? Only, you see here, now how many EC2 instances will be there? Because we have given 50%, right? So running 4, 2 are there. 2 are there. One is Bastion, right? So block traffic is still happening. So this is our backend. This is our, okay, build is also done. Okay, so front end deployment is happening. If you want to see, go inside this. And there also deployment is happening. So on the both the machines, block traffic is happening. On the both block traffic is happening. Okay, let's wait. 48. Wait. 48 is there here. What it is not there, no? Guys, do you see this problem? So this is deploying on which EC2 instance? 48. But that 48, what happens in the back end got scaled in. So will this work? This will not work. So for that, what we do is better to stop the deployment or not? Back end or front end? Which one got stopped? Back end. So I go here and then stop deployment. So front end is happening. It stopped. Now what I do? Should I go and start the deployment again? Maybe it will pick up the new one. So go to the pipelines. Backend. Stop execution. Stop it. So what I do again? I go and release change again. So that pinning, what will happen again? It will start. Again, it will start or not from the source. Let's see whether it will pick up the new machine. So this is happening on 8E. 8E is there. So build is happening again. Guys, you understood? Everything is completed. The only thing is we need to wait until this is completed. So guys, on Monday, would you come at 8 o'clock or do you want me to extend 10:30? Today we waited for you till 8:30. Yeah. So come, it's 8 o'clock. Everyone's saying 8 o'clock, but we'll delay. Okay, a little bit. Okay. Come at 8 o'clock, but I'll start a little bit delay. Okay. Guys, any questions? How is the project? Big, right? It's a very big project, but this much big project also you're able to do it or not? You need to do the practice, but you understand the logical thinking and everything. Everything is recorded now, so you can use the recordings to do it. But so how can we use K8 in pipeline instead? Yeah, we will talk about that also, Naveen. I'll show you that project also. This one is your AWS DevOps. So how to use DevOps in AWS using code pipeline. So I have showed you here. So now let's see where it is deploying. Block traffic. It is on 9003. 9003 is there. One got scaled in already, right? Okay. That's right. So this is, which deployment is this? I know. So this will come like this. You just need to front end, right? If you redeploy it, it will work. It's all about that bloody, what role, Nana. So code pipeline role is there, no? See here. What's that? 3 there. Where is the code pipeline? Now we can do AWS. Yeah. So backend, let's wait for the backend. So front end got failed. So if you want to check it, go inside it. It got failed. What's the problem? So problem here is, this is the problem, I know. So the overall deployment failed because too many individuals failed deployment. Too few healthy instances. Because in the backend scaling is happening, right? So while you are doing it, in auto scaling, I give 50%, right? Don't give 50%. Give it, don't get scale in. So give 70%. So because now it's quickly what is doing? It is getting scaling because there is no traffic, no. There is no traffic, it is getting scaled in. And this is doing the deployment on the machine. In the backend, it is getting scaling. That's why it says this is the problem. So deploy. So what's going on with the backend? It's blocking the traffic. So guys, what you do is while creating a role, see here, create one more role. See here, guys. Okay. So we create a role for EC2. We create a role for code build. We created a role for code deploy. Similarly, create a role for pipeline. AWS what? Code pipeline. And then trusted entity is code pipeline. And then permissions, give what? Admin. So this is I told you, no, there is a problem will come, right? So give the admin permissions and you don't get this kind of, okay. It went up nicely. So do you see this succeeded? So block traffic, it is taking how many minutes? 5 minutes. Now it is allowing the traffic. So this is our front end or back end? This is back end, right? So similarly, front end also what we do is we will redeploy it again because in the back end EC2 instances are scaling in happening, right? So let's wait until this. So let's retry stage. Do you have any questions meanwhile? Okay. Hmm. Okay. So guys, do you see the backend is successfully done? So deployment is done. Do you see all are succeeded or not? So the status is now succeeded. So you just need to wait. And then what's the only pending here is the front end. So let's see what's going on with this. So backend is what here? So now let me do again front end. So build is happening. Let's see. Meanwhile, any questions? So you have Sunday to do this big project. Uh, Someone who got the job, who is that? Hemant. Huh? Hemant, you there? So you got a job as a fresher? Ah, very good. Okay, guys, see. Huh? Fresher, leave, don't say that. Okay. Leave, sir, what leave, sir. Huh? Okay, Hemant. So did this course helped a lot to crack that interview? So on what type of questions they ask, maybe you can share that. Hmm? Yeah, sir, very helpful. Huh? Acha, okay. Uh-huh. Lucky. Hmm. Uh-huh. He's an offline student. Huh? Oh, he next to you. Acha, that lane guy. Uh-huh. Huh? Acha, okay, that guy. Acha. Good that I scolded him. He got the job. Very good, Hemant. So, Hemant, so come and meet me. And you're coming tomorrow, no? I mean, on Monday. So they ask about the Kubernetes and Docker. Good. So you are good in Kubernetes and Docker or not? Nice. What? Uh-huh. Good as a fresh. I told you guys. See, the questions will be not for a fresher. Don't expect these bhayanak questions. What is Kubernetes? What is pod? What is master node? What does it contain? How do you create a pod? Huh? So what is it Docker? What is Docker container? How do you create a container? Right? And then all these kind of basic things. They don't ask deeper things, okay? But what so no, you have to join from Monday, huh? Very good. So but come and meet one day once you are free in the evening times. Okay? And all these kind of things, guys, remember. So you no need to, but what I have taught you is having 3 to 4 years of experience, right? So you okay, you will be traveling, huh? Fine. So please, you have the opportunities. So what you need to do is you just need to go ahead and then technically you are good now. Those who are following regularly, Those who are doing the practicals regularly, right? For them, it's very easy, I'm telling you. But those who have missed it, right, due to some XYZ reasons, so please try to make it up again. Hmm? That's what I told you initially. Go with the recordings, enroll with the recordings. If you have the recordings, you have 6 months. So anytime you can just go ahead and then recap it. Fourteen eighty. 1480. Okay, so how about the feedbacks? Will you provide at least today? Will you write? Or will you say on Monday, we forgot, sir? Yeah, should not do that. Okay. So if you are loyal and be truthful, then entire nature will help you to do many things. Right? So don't miss it. And don't upset me on Monday. Okay. So Monday I should be able to see everything, because you know what happened is, night I worked till 12 till 2 o'clock last night, and morning I woke up, and then I was, first thing I went is, okay, let's see my 9 a.m. because I put extra effort on this batch. I put an extra effort, not a normal effort, right? So script got failed here. Acha. Oh, front end. In the GitHub, this is related to your front end. Code deploy front end. Good. Yeah. I got the same thing last night. I tried this project last night, sitting at last night. So it gave this error, but if I redeploy it, it worked. But from the code point of view, there is no issue. That's app spec. Run as root. Web-based template. Guys, well, for WebTire, did I selected a role and all for WebTire? Okay, role is here. And user data. Script editor local specification. Run as user root failed with existing code. So this is front end or back end? Front end failing, right? So for in auto scaling group for front end, so desired capacity. Okay, I gave here 1. Wait, so let's wait. So the backend, those are getting terminated. Do you see that? 1480. Restore. It's better. Let's wait for some time. Okay, let's wait. Are you in hurry? You want to go? It's okay, no? Let's wait for 5-10 minutes. This is the same problem. Let's wait. So while you're doing it, just give 70%. Okay. The problem is all with the 50%. But you all understood the entire architecture? Okay. Anyways, the back end work, but if the front end works also, it will be good. If you have any questions, meanwhile, please utilize the time and ask me if you have any. Uh, Content. So what I do is stop. Okay. Anyways, same process we have done for the back end. Same process you do for the front end. Let's see for you it works or not. So for me, due to some health, the back end, auto scaling concept. So this is not happening. But last night I did the same thing. It worked. For you also it will work. Once this is completed, so what you need to do? You need to take the DNS name of your WebTire load balancer, copy this and then put it. Then you will get the application. So the backend is readily available. The only the front end, same thing that you need to do is same data, same code, everything. So please try to do it. Definitely it will work for you. So I cannot wait. I cannot make you wait for this much long. You try to do it. Okay. So, and very importantly, what here is cleanup. Cleanup is super important. So how to clean up? First, what you need to do? So, yeah. So delete the auto scaling first. Okay. Delete the auto scaling. So this will get deleted. Guys, see here, and delete the pipelines. It would have good that if that I worked. Otherwise, but that's fine. So how the backend is succeeded, similarly front end will also will succeed for you. So please let me know on Monday, okay? Pipelines are done. And then what we do? Go to the code deploy and then view details and then delete application. And then what we have? Code build. So go ahead and then delete the. Okay, guys. So on the code build, everything is fine. Next, what we need to do? So delete our what you call database in the backend. Don't create any snapshots. Call it as delete me. That is getting deleted. And S3 bucket. Also empty it. Mm-hmm. You need to delete it manually, everything. But the project that I have given on the Terraform will do everything. Yesterday's project. I did it manually, no? So the Terraform project will do everything, setting up the web servers, app servers, database servers. So in the parameters also, select all the parameters and then delete all parameters. The CloudWatch, go to the logs, select all and then delete it. Go to load balancers. And then target groups. Okay. And then what roles, it's up to you. So you can keep it or not. But if I get a time, I'll also do this project again. And then VPC, right? Go to VPC. Okay, VPC is here. So first, what you need to delete? NAT. After deleting that, delete the VPC. Database is deleted. And there in the, we created what? Subnet group, right? Select this subnet group because we need to delete that VPC. Okay. As I'm telling you, otherwise you will get the billings. So all fine. So VPC, let's say deleting. Okay, deleted. So go to VPC and then delete VPC. Wow. So, okay, we need to terminate that EC2 instance, right? Baston is also there. Okay. Terminate. And auto scaling group is still terminating it. It's still deleting it. After deleting this, what you need to delete? VPC, you delete it. Once you delete the VPC, finally what you need to delete? Elastic IP. Okay. So we'll be able to do this project, Nana. So if you want, take this screenshot. And then I'll give the notepad to you, right? Go through it. And then tell me the good news on Monday that this project has been completed. And then on Monday, we'll go with another project. Guys, we have already done previously so many projects, each and every individual services in AWS, right? So these are also additional projects for you, end-to-end projects, okay? So on Monday also, on Monday, we'll be doing another project with Docker containers on AWS, ECS. Which one? ECS and ECR project, we'll do it. There also we'll do code pipeline and code build, this one same thing, code pipeline using, how do we deploy? Someone is asking, how do we deploy containers and all? So we'll do that. And then on Tuesday, we'll use GitHub, Jenkins, Sonar, all these, right? But all setting up Sonar, etc., you know, multiple times you did it. So if required, what I'll do is I'll share. No, it's okay. Right? We'll do that. We'll do one Netflix project. Which one? Netflix project. And there is a project called Tetris that is with the EKS project. What's that? Kubernetes on AWS. We'll do that. And last, another project also will be there, which is EKS project only with the Python Flask. What else you need? A lot of things we have covered. The only thing is, please do the practice. Okay, Nana? Any questions? If not, can you give the final CC for today? So let's see on Monday how many feedbacks I can see in the Google reviews, right? So that is all. Let's connect on Monday at same time at 8 o'clock, right? Until then, take care. Have a nice day, guys. Bye-bye. Complete this.